Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Balboabtw. Instead of this video, I do want to talk about the re-release or all the news. Basically, where's Runeslayer, right? Because that's what everyone's wondering. Where's Runeslayer? Why isn't the game out? What's the reason for the delay? Everything like that. So that's basically what I'm going to be giving you guys inside of this video. If you guys end up enjoying it, like, subscribe, do all of that. Hopefully, we get the game soon. It seems like we should. I'll show some Discord messages and things like that later on inside of this video. But yeah, just know the game should. Okay, obviously I'm not a developer, so I have no idea, but the game should be soon. I know everyone here hates that word soon, but let me just show you guys these messages. These all came from Zuko earlier today. He said, yeah, most of the devs have been working hard to fix the main issues. Right now, I'm just waiting on that message that the game is ready. I'm excited. We are on the last few phases of testing. Everything is looking super good, so anytime now, we should be hearing some good news. He said, I believe it's in like 5 hours total. So if you have 5 hours total played, then you'll obtain the compensation, right? So if you played 5 hours total, you'll get it. If not, you're cooked. I shut down Gen because moderation bot wasn't functioning, NSFW, whatever. And then he said, update log should be ready. I'll ask update log, and then if they're done with it, boom. And then he said this, base changes and things like that, as far as the update log goes. Now, obviously, the update log still hasn't released. As far as my knowledge goes, unless if it literally released right when I'm recording this video, I don't think the update log has actually came out yet, so we can't see the update log. And obviously, we have no news other than that, you know, they're in the final phases of testing, that it's coming out anytime soon, really, right? It could still be a few days. We have no real idea. As far as the reason why it was delayed, because that's honestly what a lot of people have been wondering, just to like kind of know why it was delayed. Basically, one of the developers, Daniel, well, I mean, if you watched my exposed video yesterday, you saw him. But this guy right here, basically just had a lot of personal problems, a lot of issues, things like that. And he was the main scripter and the modeler, and he wasn't there, and they couldn't really do anything. And apparently, the code for the game is like super fragile. Like if they change one thing, it takes like 30 minutes to change it. They have to go through the original code and change a bunch of stuff and just do everything. And apparently it's just very, very annoying to change really anything inside the game, and that's just how the game is. I have zero idea why. The other developers, because if you guys remember in, I believe, my like 15-minute long video, a lot of the developers, mods, and things like that were telling me that Zeph is the reason why the game is currently delayed, the game's not out, things like that. They were like, oh yeah, the game's ready. Zeph just has to press one button and the game's out. There's no bugs or anything. I don't know why we're not like releasing the game. I have zero reason. I have no idea why the developers and the mods were telling me that, because that's like what they believed in too. Like that's what the developers were telling them. I have no idea why, because apparently that just wasn't the truth at all, and the only reason why the update is even so close in the first place is because Zeph is working like hard on it. Apparently, if Zeph wasn't there, the game still would have been like another month or like longer. So I have zero idea why they would like tell people that Zeph is the reason why, and all he has to do is press one button and the game's out. If that wasn't true, when they were telling me that, there was literally bugs in the game that made it so people couldn't even really play the game, and they had to fix those. So I have zero idea why they've been lying and just, you know, basically coming up with a bunch of excuses. But as far as what they said about Daniel and basically him having personal issues and things like that and just not being able to work on the game when he needed to, that is the truth. Like, that is the problem. I'm sure they are in their final phases of testing. They've been testing the last like 2 days, and hopefully the game will come out today, tomorrow, something like that. And we'll just kind of have to wait and see, to be honest. Like, I just personally don't know why they would lie for this long and not make the announcement. Like, they knew the game wasn't coming out since the very beginning. They knew it wasn't coming out on the release date from the very beginning, so I have no idea why they, like, were saying that the game's going to come out anyways when they knew that it wasn't. We'll never know. We'll honestly never know, and that's alright. As long as the game comes out, the game doesn't really have that many bugs, and the game is actually fun. Nobody else... end of the day, we shouldn't care about anything else. As long as the game comes out and it's fun, that's all really anyone cares about. The only reason why everyone's tweaking out in the first place isn't because the devs are necessarily, like, it's not because the devs are like doing really anything necessarily bad. Their communication sucks. They're very incompetent when it comes to communication. But it's not like the developers are bad or anything. The reason why the community is tweaking so hard is because of the sole fact there is literally nothing on Roblox and people want a game to play. And this was the game that we were waiting for. And then they basically lied to us and gave us a false release date. And, you know, some people, I won't say everyone did this, but definitely some people in my stream were like, bro, I took off work and they released the game. Or they were like, I skipped school, whatever. You know, they did whatever they could to play the game and stay home and play the game. They, like, went out of their way to try to play. And then the game wasn't there at the promised release date. I think that is a big reason why Roblox as a whole is just not that great of a platform. It's because, like, actual games, right? You look at, like, AAA Steam games, they give a release date they know they can meet, right? Like, if Elden Ring drops a new DLC, they're gonna give their release date way in advance so they know that they can meet that release date. I've never seen an actual game not drop on the release date that they were given and be like, oh, my bad. The only game that you can technically say that for is GTA 6, but no, not really. So yeah, that's just why Roblox in general is bad. But yeah, that's basically what's been going on with RuneSlayer. The game is apparently pretty much done and ready. As far as from what Zuko was saying in chat earlier, they're basically doing their final test session, their final phases of testing, and the game apparently is looking pretty good and doesn't have that many bugs, and it's almost ready for release. So at the current point, we're stuck waiting. There's nothing else that you guys can do for yourself other than wait for the game to come out. There's nothing, right? You just have to wait. End of the day, that's what it always has been, is just waiting for the game to come out. But they did say they're in the final phases of testing and everything like that. So it is literally just waiting for them to finish testing and the game will be out. The initial issue was just a simple lack of communication between the team. They gave a false release date that they knew they couldn't reach. They didn't tell us that they couldn't reach it. And that was all their bad. It was just pure incompetence and pure just like bad communication, and they know that. And the game will be out fairly soon, apparently. I would imagine, what is it? It should come out tomorrow. I would say if it's not out by tomorrow, then they're just hiding information again, and there's something else going on. Because there should be no reason for them to say the update log's coming out, and that they're in the final phases of testing, and then the game is still not out. So the game should be out today, tomorrow. I'll be live right after this video comes out, and we'll just kind of have to see what happens. If you guys ended up enjoying it, found it helpful, anything like that, just let me know down inside the comment section down below what videos you do want on RuneSlayer's release. I'm going to be dropping a bunch of guides, bunch of just different videos, build videos, guides, progressions, basically everything like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys inside my stream. Peace.